Hello students, today we will discuss about Candida as a problem play. Okay, problem play has come to be a widely discussed literary term. Different critics have treated it in their own way, extracting out different meanings and definitions of the term. George Bernard Shaw is interconnected with problem play, and in view of his plays, it can be assessed that plays dealing with human struggle with circumstances give birth to the problem play. George Bernard Shaw once wrote. Okay. The material of the dramatist is always some conflict of human feelings with circumstances. Every social question furnishes material for drama. But every drama does not involve a social question because human feelings may be in conflict with circumstances which are not institutions, which raise no questions at all, which are part of human destiny. Okay. First, the social and economic problems. Eric Bentley in his book Bernard Shaw talks like this. In modern drama, the term problem play has been very much in vogue. What exactly is a problem play? This is a question that has been much discussed. Many associate the term with a play that is purely written for the sake of propaganda. Others think that the term is so vast in meaning that it covers all modern drama. The modern age, we are told, has abandoned the classic norms of tragedy and comedy to put in their place the problem plays wholly devoted to ephemeral social questions like votes for women and prison conditions. Some writers assume that the problem play has a thesis, a solution to its problems. Others finds the justifications of the word problem is in the fact that the play ends on a question mark. Next, conflict. Drama written from the realistic perspective with controversial social issues are generally identified as problem plays. This genre emerged during the 19th century while a huge mass of writers and poets turning towards nature and the realism. Problem play deal with the social warning issues and contain a light satire on the contemporary society. However, some of the Shakespeare's play deal with the social warning issues and contain a light satire on the contemporary society. However, some of the Shakespeare's plays like Measure for Measure, The Merchant of Venice, Time of Athens, Troilus and Cressida, and All Is Well and Ends Well are treated as a Shakespeare's problem play for having realism. The most important exponent of the problem play was Henrik Ibsen, whose work combined penetrating characterization on social issues, usually concentrating on the dilemmas of the central character. A series, The Resistance of Women's Lives in Doll's House, Sexually Transmitted Disease in Ghosts, and Provincial Greed in an Economy of the People. His influence can be detected in the problem play of George Bernard Shaw. Next, Candida entirely reflects Shaw's views on problem play. So far as Candida is concerned, it is generally admitted that Candida is a problem play for having individual struggle with circumstances. Candida is much more than a family drama which deals with social problems. Candida raises a big questions of protections of family from the intruders. It also targets the head of the family regarding family's protections and the survival of conjugal life. However, Candida's still theme of triangular love story at its presentation of the problem and the manifestation of the third character keeps it aloof from the place having same idea. Moral Candida and Eugene of Marchbanks as a whole complete the triangle love story. Next, a characterization. Moral and Candida make a happily married couple. They are entirely satisfied with their conjugal life, but Marchbanks suddenly disturbs the peace of their life. Generally, in a triangular love story, it is noticed that regular tension and quarrel between husband and wife compels one of them to find love and solace in the arm of a third character, but George Bernard Shaw's Candy has absolutely different and aloof theme where a third character Marchbanks intentionally falls in love with a married lady who is completely happy with her husband. The drama runs through different unexpected turns and causes catharsis in the hearts of the audience. In the middle of the play, Morel feels dejected and mentally accepts his defeat and provides them complete freedom and decide. The final decision lies with Candida, who asks Moral and Marchbanks to bid for her. She says that she would give herself to the weaker of the two. Moral and Marchbanks bid according to their mental strength and present condition. Finally, Candida goes for her husband and sorts out the problems. The regular problems breaks here for some time, but at the end, Marchbanks leaves another quest for Moral, Candida, and audience as well. He says, in 100 years we shall be the same age, but I have a better secret than that in my heart. Let me go now. The night outside grows impatient. Okay, a problem plays incomplete without discussion. Discussion is an integral part of the play, as George Bernard Shaw himself asserts. Discussion is the best of the playwright. George Bernard Shaw borrowed the art of discussion from Ibsen. In Candida, discussion begins with Candida's suggestion, "Let us sit and talk comfortably over like three friends." And then follows an interesting scene of discussion that grips the audience with mouth wide open. Candida compares the bites and finally reaches a better conclusion. She decides to stay with her husband. Here we see a big change in the characters of Marchbanks and Moral. Marchbanks, a boy of 18, turns to be a mature person and talks accordingly during an auction scene, while a psychological change can be seen in the character of Moral. He talks like a helpless person or a child who is being snatched away from his mother, but finally the discussion ends with the problem. Thus, George Bernard Shaw has presented Candida Bailey as a problem play which, according to Eric Bentley, ends with a question mark. Okay. George Bernard Shaw has called this play Candida a mystery, and both the titles are quite appropriate to its theme. Candida is the central character of this play, the heroine, and takes the lead in everything at every step. Therefore, the play has been rightly called after her name. She is sympathetic, faithful, and loving woman, and her attachment with her home and her husband and children is really praiseworthy. Even Moral is deeply devoted to her, so much that Proserpine is jealous of it and angrily reacts. Candida here and Candida there and Candida everywhere. It is because everyone has a great regard for her. Moral is fully dependent upon her because she does all she can for him to make him comfortable and keep him away from worries. He knows this fact and is really obliged to her, as he tells in the latter part. What I am you have made me with the labor of your hands and the love of your heart. You are my wife, my mother, my sisters. You are the sum of all loving care to me. Physically, Candida is very attractive and possesses all those qualities which signify her name. The young poet Eugene falls in love with her quite emotionally in spite of very great difference between their age, but she handles these situations very wisely and makes him understand the reality. She has to make a choice for her between the two, and it is the center of action. When she has declared her choice, the tension comes to an end, and thus the dramatist easily demonstrates the worthlessness of the romantic love.